Hey there, Black and White Army. How's everyone doing? Today's video is absolutely unmissable. But before we get started, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because here, we follow everything about Newcastle United, from every rumor to every massive twist. And trust me, today's story is explosive. Now imagine this, a 24-year-old star, wearing the number 10 shirt at Benfica, a hero in Turkey, getting into a heated row with his manager in the middle of the Club World Cup. And now, he could be on his way to the Premier League, and more specifically, to Newcastle. That's right, Orkun Kokcu could be the next big target for the club backed by the Saudi PIF. And the best part? The chances of it happening are more real than ever. First things first, quick shout to the Chelsea fans who said Newcastle supporters wouldn't show up here. Well, we did. Numbers are climbing, and they're already starting to hide. Let's make sure they don't open their mouths again. Hit subscribe, join the Black and White Army, and let's hit 1,000 fast. One click for you, one slap in the face for them. Let's go. Let's get to the facts, because the story behind Newcastle's interest in Orkun Kokcu goes way beyond a simple transfer rumor. According to the Portuguese newspaper O Jogo, Newcastle are seriously interested in signing the Turkish midfielder and are considering making a move during this very transfer window. And the timing couldn't be better for both the player and the club. Kokcu is going through a rough patch at Benfica. During the Club World Cup, in a match against Auckland City, the number 10 was subbed off and got into a heated argument with manager Bruno Lage on the touchline. The clash didn't go unnoticed. Fans and the media saw everything. And since then, the atmosphere between player and staff has been visibly strained. That moment set off alarm bells at Benfica, and at the same time, sparked interest from clubs all over Europe. Kokcu joined Benfica last summer in a high-profile transfer, costing the Portuguese giants €29.7 million, one of the most expensive signings in their history. But here's the catch. His former club Feyenoord still hold 25% of the profit from any future sale, which means Benfica need to sell him for well above €30 million just to make a meaningful return. And that's exactly what they want now, to recover the investment. Sources close to the club claim Benfica are aiming for at least €40 million, and they are not keen on letting him go on loan, which is why they turned down an approach from Besiktas, despite the Turkish club's president traveling to Lisbon to try and strike a deal. Meanwhile, on the Newcastle side, it's clear that a quiet midfield rebuild is already underway. With Sandro Tonali still sidelined and no confirmed return date, there's a clear gap in the middle of the pitch. Joe Willock has struggled with injuries and form, and even players like Sean Longstaff and Lewis Miley might not be enough to carry the load in what's shaping up to be a demanding season. That's why Kokcu isn't just a good opportunity, he's a strategic solution. Newcastle's board want a midfielder with technical quality, strong personality, and European experience. And Kokcu, at just 24, ticks every box. Captain of Turkey, standout in the Eredivisie, and even though his time at Benfica has had ups and downs, he's still shone through when it mattered. And more importantly, Kokcu hasn't ruled out a move to the Premier League. Sources close to the player say is open to new challenges and sees English football as a natural next step, where the pace, physicality, and tactical intensity suit his game perfectly. So the picture is crystal clear. A talented player, full of potential, and confident at a club that needs to sell. And on the other side, a Newcastle ready to invest, with a midfield gap that fits him perfectly. The only question now is, will Newcastle act fast and secure Kokcu before the rest of Europe comes knocking? Because one thing this board has shown time and again is this: when they want someone, they don't mess around. They go all in. The news spread fast. In both the Portuguese and Turkish media, Newcastle's name quickly started to pop up as a serious destination for the midfielder. And more than that, Benfica fans are completely split. Some say Kokcu doesn't deserve to leave after such a big investment from the club, while others believe he's the one pushing for the exit. On the Turkish side, the reaction has been even bigger. Kokcu is a national icon, captain of the Turkish national team, admired by fans, and constantly linked with domestic giants like Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and Besiktas. In fact, Besiktas even sent their president to Lisbon recently in an attempt to sign him on loan. But Benfica aren't entertaining any loan offers. They want a permanent deal, and for no less than €40 million. As for Newcastle, Kokcu's name didn't appear on the radar by chance. Ever since Sandro Tonali's suspension, Eddie Howe and the board have been on the lookout for a midfielder who's versatile, creative, and a true leader. And Cocu fits that profile perfectly, almost like he was tailor-made for this squad. The clash with Bruno Lage? That just accelerated everything. Because let's be honest, when a player of this quality falls out with his manager and the atmosphere turns sour, it's usually just a matter of time before a move happens. But let's take a step back. Who exactly is Orkun Cocu, the player who could soon be walking out at St. James Park to strengthen Newcastle's midfield? His story is impressive from the start. Cocu came through the youth academy at Feyenoord, one of the most historic clubs in the Netherlands. He broke into the first team at just 17 years old and quickly cemented his place as a regular starter. It didn't take long before he became one of the standout names in the squad, and even more impressively, he was named club captain while still young, which is rare in modern European football. With a mature mindset and a football brain beyond his years, Cocu stood out as a modern midfielder, precise and intelligent passing, vision to break defensive lines, a real threat from set pieces, and a knack for arriving in the box, either to strike from distance or ghosting behind defenders. In the 2022-23 season, he was a heartbeat of the Feyenoord side that won the Eredivisie title. He scored 12 goals, delivered 6 assists, and played a key role in major Europa League matches, facing tough opposition and showing character on the big European stage. Naturally, that caught the attention of Benfica, who spent nearly €30 million to bring him in, not just for what he could offer now, but because of his huge resale potential. And despite a recent turbulent spell at the Portuguese club, Cocu still had strong moments. Impressive performances in the Champions League, a key role in Benfica's build-up play, and once again, his set-piece delivery stood out, whether it was corners, free kicks, or long-range shots. But Cocu's impact goes far beyond stats. He's the number 10 and captain of the Turkish national team, where he has the full trust of the manager and is adored by the fans. He's a player with a strong personality, never afraid to take responsibility. He demands a ball, imposes himself physically, and leads by example. A true warrior on the pitch, the kind of player fans instantly connect with. And for all these reasons, he seems like a perfect fit for Eddie Howe's Newcastle. The Premier League demands intensity, quick thinking, strength, and tactical awareness, all of which Cocu has already shown in highly competitive leagues. He can play as a central midfielder with creative freedom, or drop deeper as a box-to-box option, contributing defensively while dictating the tempo. He'd be a fantastic partner to Bruno Guimaraes, offering support to Isaac and Gordon in attack, and acting as a playmaker when the team need control in midfield. And the best part? He's only 24. That means he can deliver now, and still has room to develop. Exactly the kind of profile Newcastle have been targeting since the project shifted towards young, technical, and mentally strong talents. So yes, Orkun Cocu would be a proper signing. He's not a gamble. He's not a wild card. He's a ready-made player, already tested at the top level, and more than capable of thriving in the Premier League. And most importantly, his playing style fits perfectly with what Newcastle are trying to build. And just look at the competition. Alongside Besiktas, we're talking about Liverpool, Manchester United, Roma, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Tottenham, all reportedly keeping tabs on Cocu. But here's the important part. Not all of these clubs are ready to invest right now. Meanwhile, Newcastle, backed by the PIF, have the financial power to make it happen. And there's more. Cocu has already made it clear that he's interested in playing in the Premier League. His playing style suits English football far more than the Portuguese league. More intensity, more space, more room to shine. If this deal goes through, Newcastle wouldn't just be adding another name to the squad. They'd be bringing in a serious player with technical quality and a winner's mentality. It could also signal movement in the other direction. Joe Willock, for example, still hasn't fully convinced, and Cocu's arrival could mean a reshuffle in midfield. But beyond that, this kind of signing raises a bar for the entire club. It shows that the project remains strong, ambitious, and focused on players who are also being chased by Europe's biggest names. At the end of the day, Newcastle are proving that it's not just about having money. It's about knowing where to invest and how to build a winning team. Orkun Cocu is more than just a midfielder. He's a symbol that Newcastle are ready to go even further. And if this deal does happen, It could be a turning point for the Magpies midfield. So, Newcastle fans, would you like to see Cocu in black and white at St. James Park? Do you think is the ideal replacement for Tunnelly? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash the like button, and make sure you're subscribed. Because this kind of content, you'll only find it here, with a passion of fans who truly live and breathe Newcastle United. Thanks for watching, and hoey the lads.